Rahul Bajaj, in the manner in which he spoke out, hitting out at the current dispensation, saying that they're not tolerant of criticism, has sparked a massive debate. The government says the very fact that he could stand and say what he did in the presence of the Home Minister and the Finance Minister is proof that there is no intolerance, that there is no fear, that you're welcome to say what you want. You have come out and said, Ms. Shaw, that there is indeed an atmosphere of fear. Can you explain why you believe that exists, and most importantly, do you believe this atmosphere of fear is one of the reasons dragging the Indian economy down? Ms. Shaw.
Well, let me put it this way, Rahul, that look, I think it is very clear that, in the recent past, any criticism that is offered from India Inc. on economic reforms or the economy in general is basically viewed as anti-national or anti-Modi government, which I think is ridiculous. I think we as corporate India, we are all vested in the country, in the economy. We want to help the government. We want to help with economic revival. So I don't see why this is being viewed. And I think most of the, my fellow captains in industry are worried to speak their minds, because if they don't want to be perceived as being anti-government.
Okay, let me bring Amit Malviya in on this. You know, the manner in which you yourself, Mr. Malviya, several of the members of the larger BJP fraternity and the support system on the internet have attacked Rahul Bajaj, has led people to say, hey, you're proving Rahul Bajaj right. All he said is, Dar lagta hai, we are scared of criticizing you because of the consequence. The manner in which he's being attacked, many people say QED, here is proof that you can't attack this government. Amit Malviya will offer the government's counter. Mr. Malviya.
Rahul, thanks for inviting me over, and I hope you'll be patient with me while I make few initial points. First of all, this allegation that this is an authoritarian government and does not brook any kind of criticism is far from truth. In fact, this is something that's been said about us ever since Prime Minister Modi came to power. And let me explain to you why. Earlier, the previous regimes made policies basis how certain corporates wanted them to be. It was meant to benefit certain corporates. There were bank loans that were given indiscriminately to a handful of them, and they continued to prosper, particularly those who had their legacy in the license Raj. Mr. Modi's regime wants a more fair and equitable regime where everybody runs and does their business as per the policy, and policy is not meant to please or to further business interests of one corporate house over the other. Secondly, earlier, some of these corporate houses had a disproportionate influence on policy making, which has also waned. Thirdly, there is an elite in our society which was earlier very close to the ruling political elite of this country, namely the Gandhis. Since 2014, that has changed. Now they want the same privilege to be extended to them by this government, which we are rightly not willing to do, because at the end of the day, we want everybody to feel that it is their government. Today, if you look at the startup ecosystem, that is booming. Entrepreneurs will tell you that this is the best time to be an entrepreneur in this country. But you have these embedded legacy businesses who are cribbing.
So you've set the stage for this debate, Mr. Malviya. You're calling it an embedded legacy business. You said disproportionate impact on policy making under past dispensations. This whole system of rolling over loans, forever giving them a long rope. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, Modi government says we've ended that past crony capitalism, which is why industrialists such as Rahul Bajaj, industrialists such as you are upset and are targeting and attacking us. Let Ms. Shaw respond to that.
No, I don't agree with that kind of allegation at all, Rahul, because I think, yes, whilst it is right that a few of the big corporate houses have indulged in taking undue advantage of the previous government, and they have been guilty of, over leveraging their coffers because of access to, the government, and, the whole aspect of crony capitalism was there. I don't think the majority of corporations followed that path. We are all honest, tax-paying, good corporate governance companies. Why are we being all targeted and maligned with the same kind of optics? That's what I have a real grouse against. I don't think any of us have built our companies the way it is being alluded to. And I think what is important for the government to understand is that we are as nationalist, we are as vested in the government and the economy as they are. And they need to reach out to people like us to help them solve the problem in a collaborative partnership. That's all I'm saying.